I'm Dave Butfield. These days, fishing is so much more than just soaking your bait in the water. And you may have some questions like, where's the most productive area to go fishing for your target species? When's the best time to catch that species? And of course, what is the best bait to use? Throughout my travels both here in Australia and overseas, I've been very fortunate to wet a line for some pretty amazing species. From barramundi in India, giant kingfish in New Zealand, and monster bream on the south coast of New South Wales, just to name a few. In that time, I've learnt so many different ways to catch a fish, and now it's my aim to try to pass that information on to you. Or I hook a small one, I'm hooked on fishing. This week, I've left the yellow van boat behind and I'm putting on my rock hopper boots, as I need to do some rock climbing to get to my next fishing spot. I'm fishing in beautiful Sydney Harbour on Middle Head. The Sydney coastline, with its soft sandstone cliff faces over thousands of years, have produced the ideal habitat for many rock fishing species. Well, as you just seen, we had a great climb down the rocks. I'm with Alex Blissamou. Mate, it's great to be with you again. Now, when climbing down the rocks, safety is the number one key, isn't it?
Mate, safety's paramount. Before you start climbing on the rocks, be aware that the cliff faces are brittle, especially sandstone cliff faces. Take small steps, 3 points of contact, and always take your time.
Now, today we're going for blackfish. A great fish. They pull hard.
Yeah, luge are great fun, aren't they?
They're great eating.
Yes.
And last time we went out, we had so much fun. Hopefully today we'll get us just as many. Some simple rigs we'll show very shortly. But mate, I reckon we'll get some lines in water. What do you reckon?
Mate, looking forward to it. Let's get into it.
We're going for blackfish, as we mentioned, but you still need the burley.
Oh, you bet you do. In some circumstances you shouldn't burley. Too much current.
Okay, yeah.
But in most circumstances you should burley.
Okay. Can you burley too much?
You certainly can burley too much.
Okay.
You're better off burleying up frequently.
Okay, so what, every 10 minutes or?
No, every couple of minutes.
It's like your normal burley. So if you're burling up for tuna or burling up for snapper,
yes.
Same, just keep a nice steady flow but not too much.
Exactly right.
All right, out. Let's get into it.
On.
You on?
Yeah.
Good fish here.
I think it's a pig. It's a pig.
Oh, good work.
It's a pig for sure.
Oh, nice fish here. Woohoo!
Actually, it might even be a salmon.
Might be a salmon too, eh?
Could be, yeah. It's on the surface, look. Isn't that funny, Dave?
Huh?
Isn't that funny? Right in the shallows there. I hooked this pelagic in 4 foot of water. Little tiny salmon.
Oh, really? Good work, mate. Oh, good work. Bring it over, mate.
There you go, eh? They also eat weed.
Mate, that's a very different bycatch.
It certainly is. Tell me, they pull hard on a 6 pound line.
Oh, they definitely do. As you see, a lot of drag come off that line then.
It did.
Bit of fun, but. Here we go, Al. Yep, we're on.
You're on? Yep. Good work.
You want to see how to do it, mate? You're right. Or?
Absolutely.
Just wait for a bit of wave to push him up. Not a big one, but still a bit of fun.
Absolutely. Good, isn't it?
There you go. Our first landed luderick, but great fun. And for a small fish, they pull so hard. Awesome. I want to take a couple home because they are great eating, and so we'll put him in. I've got a little puddle here. We'll put him in the puddle, keep him nice and alive and fresh, and then when we're ready to go, we'll fix him up. And it looks like it's luderick for dinner tonight. Finally, mate. That's not bad, mate. What do you reckon now? About 29.
29.
Yeah, so that's not a bad fish.
Yeah, it's okay.
It's not the big ones we usually get, but still there could be big ones there.
Well, I think once we move to another location, we should find bigger fish.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I think so.
So we're not going to go far, but are we?
No, we're only going to go 20 metres.
Oh, really? Yep.
Yep, 20 metres, that's it.
Oh, that's great. Oh, here we go. Floats down. Yep. Oh, hopefully we won't drive him off. Oh, yep. Oh, great fun. I love catching these fish. Beautiful. Another nice fish. Probably similar size to the last one, or similar to Alex's. Probably around that 28, 29. Hey, settle down. Yeah, 28 or 29 centimetre legal fish, and there's nothing wrong taking a feed of these home because they are beautiful eating. Beautiful colours on the bands on them. Put that fish in our bag, and hopefully we can get another one. It's not too bad at the moment. It's not too rough. You get the odd set that comes in and washes over the rock. And Alex is saying to me, it's good when we get a couple, you don't want it to get too calm, because what the fish do, they wait for these big sets to come in, stirs up all that rock ledge, because there's a rock ledge right in front of us, which is only about 2 to 3 foot deep. And as that tide comes in, it will get deeper, but as them big surges come in, it washes up and breaks up the weed off the rock. And that's why these fish are just waiting on the edge here, waiting for that food to go back off that ledge and drop down straight in front of them. So, yeah, we don't want it too calm. That's right, Alex?
Because we're in the harbour, you do get fish here when it's dead flat.
Yep.
But they are more prone to going off the bite.
Yep. You've got to take time sometimes, because you go straight to, here we're going down again. We're down. Oh, no. Pulled it out a bit too early. And as you can see, my bait's been chewed, and all I've got left is just a small bit here, and our hook. So just could have left it out there a little bit longer, and he's just been feeding off it. Just watch these swells. Yeah, so you know, we've got it probably about an inch past the hook, so you know he's probably just feeding away like a little billy goat, chewing at the end of it, and then getting deeper and deeper. So that's why you have to take your time, and I can't stress that enough. First time I went out, going out for blackfish, I done the exact opposite. I was striking too early, lost a lot of fish, and as soon as I started slowing the technique down, letting the fish pull it down, giving him time to bite it, I had a lot better hookup rate. So I'll rebait up, and we'll get it out there. Yep, we're on, Alex.
Yeah, I can see that, mate. Good work. I can see that clearly.
Oh, yeah. This is great fun.
Yeah.
Oh. There you go. And that just busted me off just there, right at my feet. So I'll just get my rod out of the way. All right, there's another fish comes in. I'll just measure him up a bit. See what they're coming in at. I reckon probably around that 28. Yeah, 28 out, 28. So legal fish. Yeah, nice.
Hi, I'm Jackie M and I'm a Malaysian cook based here in Sydney, Australia. And I also happen to be good friends with Dave Butfield, which is very handy because Dave likes to fish and I like to cook. As you would have seen earlier in the show, he's had a very productive morning catching some blackfish, and he's also very kindly dropped some off for me as well. So I'm going to show you how I would prepare it in a hurry, because I like to keep things quick and simple. Okay? I'm just going to turn on this pan quickly while I continue talking. What I'm going to do with this fish, now being Malaysian, we tend to like to keep our fish looking like fish, so I'm not going to try and fillet this, I'm going to cook this whole. And I've just managed to pull out a couple of ingredients from my fridge and from my pantry. I've got some curry leaves, very popular in Malaysian curries. I've also got some kaffir lime leaves. These will give a very nice tangy zest to your finished product. And I've just got some bird's eye chili. And I've got a prepared curry paste mixture. This is a Malaysian product. You can pick them up over at your local Asian grocery store, really. And I've just got some coconut cream over here. Now with the fish, I'm just going to add some oil to this pan that I've just started heating up. You don't need to use too much oil, but with the fish, I'm just going to rub a little bit of salt on it and also rub it with a little bit of, this is tapioca starch. You can use cornstarch, they essentially do the same thing. I use tapioca starch because it's quite common in Asian pantries, really. Okay, so let's just put this on. Start cooking. I'm using portable stoves here for a reason, because in case you're outdoor camping, you can see how you can put all this together very, very quickly. Now I'm just heating up this wok here, and to that I'm going to add the curry paste, some water, and about 200 ml of coconut cream, which is about a 1:2 ratio of coconut cream to water. And with the paste, I've got about 200 grams of curry paste in there as well. But you can play around and adjust the amount that you use, so don't worry too much about measuring everything. In Malaysia, we have this concept called agak-agak, which means guesswork, essentially. And that applies to a lot of how we do our cooking. It's not an exact science, and we appreciate that. So there's always an element of tasting, testing, and adjusting flavors. I'm just going to toss in the curry leaves now, and the kaffir lime leaves as well. And with this fish here, what I might do is actually just cut some slashes. Now just keep in mind that the fish is going to continue cooking a little bit after you remove it from the pan, so you don't want to cook it till it's completely cooked through. Because this pan is actually a little bit small for the fish, I might actually just try and cover it just to help it cook along a little bit better. And the steam that it creates within the pan is just going to help give it an even distribution of heat as well. Let's just taste this curry sauce. It's not bad, actually. Okay, now the sauce is done. That's all it takes, as you can see, just literally a couple of minutes. And I'm just going to throw in some chili because I like my chili, but you can leave this out obviously if you like your curry to be milder. Okay, I think we're done. I'm just going to turn this off. I'm just going to leave the lid on this pan for a little bit longer, and then I'll serve it up, pour the curry sauce over it, and show you what it looks like at the end. Okay, so this fish has cooked for about 4 or 5 minutes, I would say, and just a couple of minutes on the sauce. I'm just going to serve it up now and pour the sauce over it. So you can see how very, very quickly and easily you can put something like this together. And it's going to taste beautiful as well. So what I've done, as you can see, just within 4 or 5 minutes, is just dusted the fish with a little bit of tapioca flour, pan fried it, and at the same time I've just heated through some curry sauce made with a prepared curry mix with some extra herbs added into the mix just to make it a little bit more interesting. And if you need the actual recipe or you want to find out more about the other things that I do, just visit my website, which is jackiem.com.au. But in the meantime, why don't we go back to Dave and see what he's up to now?
And yeah, here we go. We're on. Oh, all right, we'll wait for that little bit of a. This is a little bit bigger fish, so get something to help me. Give me a helping hand up. Oh yeah, it's definitely bigger now.
Yeah, heaps bigger. Better fish, isn't it?
Yeah, definitely. Oh,
good.
Definitely a better fish. But yeah, that is a great fish. A lot bigger than the last one.
I reckon 34, I suppose.
I reckon it'd be in the 30s now. Mate, you're spot on now.
34.
I think you said 34, didn't you? Yeah, 35 centimetres, so
That's good.
a lot bigger fish. Beautiful. That's what we want. We want bigger fish. Then the 28, 29 are great fish, but when you start getting the bigger ones, they fight harder, and it's just a bigger fish. You got more meat. Well, you've seen some great lubric coming so far today. Now, mate, we're talking about gear. It's pretty important to have the right gear. Now, years ago, a lot of people used, and they still do, use centerpin reels, but we're going to spin.
Mate, the threadline reels that you got nowadays, especially the dial ranges, is fantastic, aren't they?
That's right. Graphite rods, they're so light you can use them all day, but they've got a lot of power and they cast unbelievable. Now, I'm using the Sea Jigger. This is a 315, a great all-round rod. You use it for brim, you can use it for whiting, we can use it for blackfish and even drummer.
Even drummer, mate. I'll tell you what, it slayed that 3.5 kilo pig that you caught at the reef.
Sure did. Now the reel I'm using here, this is the die I was sold to. Great reel, coming in a great range of sizes from your brim right up to your snapper. I've got some 12-pound TD sensor braid, and you've got the Ballistic 2000.
Yes, the Ballistic 2000 SH, 8-pound TD sensor braid. It is just a pleasure to use.
Yeah, it's just, everything's changed now, and to get out here off the rocks and use braid, use spin reels and get some great fish, it's a pleasure.
It is a pleasure, mate, and you find the braid is much thinner than the nylon line. Well, 8-pound braid is obviously a lot thinner than 8-pound nylon.
That's right, exactly right. Get in.
Yay! Got it.
Mate, that's a good fish too. Probably another 34, 35 centimetre.
Yeah, a little bit smaller than your fish.
But still, bring it around. It's a
nice
healthy fish.
Nice lubric.
A little bit darker, Al. A little bit darker than that.
It is certainly darker, yeah.
What's
just
the reason?
keeping an eye on this water as we're doing this, okay?
So what would be the reason of that, being a darker fish?
It's hard to say. It might be because it might be sitting on in darker area.
Yep.
Okay. You know, like when you put yellowtail in a bucket and they turn nearly white?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
It's like flathead. So you put flathead, I had flathead in white sand, they're nearly white, the flathead. And then on darker like the duskies, they change colour so easy in that darker sand, they'll adapt to their environment.
Exactly right. Now this is a smaller fish.
It's got a lot of heart, but mate.
Mate, they just go hard, don't they?
I thought that was going to be over 30, mate.
Yeah, absolutely.
Oh, it's still a good fish. It's still up there.
I'm more surprised I didn't drop it.
Look at that, Al. Absolutely spectacular. They're an amazing location. Sydney Harbour. Boats coming around everywhere, and look at that beautiful cruise liner.
Just
going
amazing,
past.
isn't it?
Oh, it's just spectacular. I don't think there's many places in the world that you can fish in a beautiful harbour like this and see the harbour bridge, the opera house, and just cruise liners, boats going past. It's just a great place.
It's magnificent, mate. And you know something, it's windless here. Just around the corner is a 15 to 20 knot southerly.
That's right,
How good's
exactly.
that?
You wouldn't know, would you?
No, you wouldn't have even picked it.
floats down. Yep, we're on. There we go. See what happens when you're a little bit more patient. And I got to that stage where I was getting a little bit more desperate because I know the tide's running out. We're running out of time and I want to hook another fish, and I'm starting to strike too early. Okay, we're just getting him in that wash. I'll just try to get something a bit bigger to help me bring him up to the surface like that. Whoop. That's a good fish.
Good fish.
Another great fish, mate. Well, I'm going to measure him up because he's a great fish. Stay there, mate. Alex, that one is 37.
Really?
37, mate. Oh, mate, I'll let you get that hook out, but that's a great fish, isn't it?
He's very good hook.
But anyone can do this. This is at our doorstep, and to do it, you've got to go out with this bloke here, Alex Bellissimo. Mate, it's been a great 2.5 hours or so, and we've got some nice fish. You get them slow periods, and you get a hot bite, and that can happen.
But that's fishing.
It is. It's not catching.
And it keeps you patient.
It does.
Exactly right. And it's exciting when they come back on.
That's right. Now, if you want to go out with Alex, mate, you've got a website?
Yes, I certainly do. It's Bellissimo Rock and Beach Tuition, or my Facebook page, Alex Bellissimo Rock and Beach Tuition.
There you go. Now jump on there or jump on the website, that's hooktv.com.au. Jump on the link and you can contact Alex. Great bloke, great fishing, mate. I've got to thank you as always. I know you've got a fish in that hand, I'll shake her there. Thanks, mate. It's been a pleasure. And we're signing off because we're going to climb back up them rocks, mate.
We sure do.
Great fun. See you next week.
Water makes it clear to see that fishing's just like therapy. The worries of the world all just drift away when I'm out here fishing for the day. So if I hook a big one or I hook a small one, I'm hooked on fishing again.